All right, factoring these quadratics. Now, I'm going to use the AC method here. I made some videos for the old way, the way I did it in high school. I think it's easier, actually, the old way. I'll do it this way since I've already showed you a little. So I'll draw my big X. Okay, I'm going to multiply A and C. So 4 and -5. All right, that's going to make it a little trickier. We're looking for numbers that will multiply to something and subtract to 19. So 4 times -5 is -20. And we need them to multiply to that, but subtract to give us 19. Well, that's not too hard. In this case, you could look at the list, in that little PDF I gave you. But in this case, it's just going to be, 20 and 1. Okay? Those will subtract to give you 19. Now, so this means they're different signs. So one's going to be positive and one's going to be negative, but the bigger number needs to be positive. Okay? So this will be positive, the one will be negative. Now we'll divide it. We're going to divide it by the A term. So divide by 4, divide by 4. Simplify this. 20 over 4 will just become a 5. 1/4 won't simplify. Okay, factored form. We can go ahead and write our answer. Bring our 4 out. So it's going to be a 4x minus 1. 4x minus 1. And then here it's going to be a positive 5. So it's going to be x plus 5. That's it. Okay, check your answer, multiply it out. Let's do for this one. I should have checked earlier. I didn't check up here, but they didn't have a greatest common factor. Down here, they don't have a greatest common factor either. We're going to do A times C, so 2 times -28. That's -56. And they have to subtract to give you -1. Yeah, I'll just put -1. I don't think it matters. They have to subtract to give you 1. The bigger sign is going to be negative. All right. So two numbers that multiply to 56, and they subtract to give you 1. This is going to be a 7 and an 8. All right. Your options were 1 and 56, 2 and 28, 4 and 14, and then 7 and 8. So you get through them pretty quick. But 7 and 8, they subtract to give you 1. Okay, we know it's subtract because of that sign right there. That also means that they're different signs. So one's plus, one's minus. And the bigger number has to be negative. So it's a -8. Okay, I'm going to divide these. Divide these by 2 because that's my A term. 2. -8 over 2 is -4. So our answer is going to be x minus 4 for that one. And then for this one, it's going to be 2x plus 7. Yeah, be sure to check out that the videos below at the bottom. It's going to show the way I learned it in high school. It is a lot easier that way. Let me see. Yeah, I'm going to show you real quick to check your answer on this. I know I said you could multiply it out, which is cool. Do that. It works. Another way you could check your answer is just to plug in some number for x. All right, I'm going to do like x equals 5. You do have to be a little careful on what number you pick, but we'll talk about that later maybe. So I'm just going to plug in 5 for x on the original and for my answer. On the original, you could do this in your head if you wanted to, but all right, 2 parentheses, 5 squared minus 5 minus 28. So you get 17 on the original when you plug in 5. But now when you plug in 5 for x on here, Again, you could use a calculator, but it's not that hard. 5 minus 4, that's equal to 1. And then over here, when you plug in 5, 2 times 5 is 10. 10 plus 7 is 17. So that's 17. And 17 times 1, that's 17. That's how you could check your answer if you wanted to. You know, I chose 5. You could probably choose other numbers. I would say as long as you didn't choose 4, don't use 4 because that'll backfire. And don't use negative 3.5. All right, just in case you were wanting to try it, don't use negative 3.5. I'm serious. It'll backfire. Anyway.